Okay guys, it's me again, and in this video we are going to continue our building our skills with word processing. And in this video we're going to be looking at performing a mail merge. Now this is revision for you. We've already done this. We've already looked at the performing of a mail merge, so some of this should be familiar to many of you. And on screen here we have the same letter from our last video where we were looking at the business letter and the letterhead. So we're going to use this letter as our primary document for our mail merge. Now I say primary document, let me refresh your memory. To perform a mail merge you need two things. You need a primary document and you need a data source. Okay, so let's understand why we do mail merges. There are many times when you will have a letter to send out, and that letter would be the same letter that's going out to many different people, but there is some information in the letter that needs to be customized. So in our case here, this letter of information to each of the artists performing in our music festival, okay, this letter for each of our artists performing in our music festival is a standard letter, but there are some elements in our letter that are unique. So let's take a look at our letter. So first of all, the recipient, Beres Hammond, and the address. So this may be different according to each artist, for each individual artist. The letter says, Dear Beres Hammond. Again, this will not be the same for every artist. Thank you for accepting our invitation to perform with your band at the 2020 St. Lucia Summer Music Festival. The festival takes place over a period of 14 days with several dates and venues spread out over the length and breadth of the island of St. Lucia. Here is a list of the dates and venues. So all of this information will be standard. There's nothing really to change here. You and your band will be staying at the world-renowned Windjammer Hotel Resort. We have booked a villa for you and your party of 4. Now, this party size of 4 may not be the same for every artist. Not every artist is going to come with the same number of people. So the things that you see that I have in bold are the things that are going to be customized. The villa is a home accommodation and you have been reserved for a period of 8 nights. Again, an artist may not stay for the entire festival, or they may not stay for the same number of nights. Your villa stay for the time will cost a total of $9,600. You and your band are slated for 3 shows. The number of shows may differ, and will be paid a sum of $63,750. That may also differ, after the deduction of $11,250 in VAT, which will also differ. So there is information in this letter that is going to be customized for each individual artist coming to perform, and I'm sending this letter out to all of the artists. So this we're going to use as our primary document. Okay, one of the good things about highlighting or bolding these particular items is that I am able to mark where I am going to put in something called our merge fields. Okay, now if we have a primary document and we have a data source, we need something to connect the two, to join the two, and the merge fields will be what joins the two. So this is our primary document, but we need to have a data source. So I have already prepared our data source, and each of the items in the letter, each of the individual customized items in the letter, I have organized them in the form of an Excel spreadsheet. So I have these headings: stage name, country, party, nights, villa type, cost of stay, number of shows, VAT, and net pay. Okay, and net pay. So all of this information is going to be put into our customized letter. So at the end of our mail merge, we should have 15 letters which are standard but have the customized information in them. Okay, let me just make a quick correction. I see I have Villa type here, so let me go back to my primary document, and where it says home accommodation, I'm going to bold that. Okay, so bolding is one way in which you can identify the areas where you want to insert your merge fields. Another way in which you can identify where you want to insert your merge fields is not to bold, but to use these angular brackets. Okay, you can use these angular brackets without bolding. Now, with our data source, once we have finished creating our data source, we will save it. So I'm going to save my data source. Okay, I'm going to save my data source, and I'm going to save it in documents. I'm going to call it data source. So I'm saving my data source as an Excel file in documents, and I save it. Okay, and once I'm done, I will close it. Okay, so I'm going to close my data source. All right, so here now I'm going to begin the mail merge process. So we go over to our mailings tab, and we go down to start mail merge, and we select letters. Then we go to the next point here, which is select recipients, and we go to use an existing list. Now Excel has the ability for you to create a new list inside, Microsoft Word has the ability for you to create a list of data inside the software itself, but for the sake of your SBA, we're going to avoid you doing this, and we're going to select the Excel sheet, use an existing list. Let me just go back here, select recipients, use an existing list, and we're going to navigate to where we saved our Excel document, and I saved mine in documents. So I select data source, and I say open. Okay, there's only one sheet, sheet 1, so I select it and click OK. And now we're going to insert our merge fields. Okay, we're going to insert our merge fields. So once we have connected our data source with our primary document, when we click this drop down arrow here, what we should see are the names of the columns that we had in our data source, and under those columns is where we have the individual records for each artist. So we're going to begin putting in our merge fields. So I'm going to highlight Beres Hammond, and I'm going to insert stage name here. Okay, some slight formatting changes may take place. I will just correct them as I go along. Then I go down to country to select his address. Okay, and I go down to here for his name again, and I'm going to include stage name. We have booked a villa for you and your party of, so I'm going to insert party. The villa is a home accommodation. I'm going to insert villa type. You have been reserved for a period of 8 nights, so I'm going to go with nights. Your villa stay for the time will cost a total of, so I'm going to insert the cost of stay. You and your band are slated for 3 shows, so I'm going to insert number of shows, and you will be paid a sum of this after the VAT has been paid. So I'm going to insert here net pay after the deduction of VAT. Now you notice that one of the things that you will notice is that for the things like the net pay and the VAT, I have a $ in front of the merge field. That is because when the information is imported into our primary document, it does not import any formatting. So it will not be formatted as currency, it will just be formatted as a number. So I have to put the $ so that we can know that this is a dollar amount. Okay, now once we're done with inserting our merge fields, we can then go and preview our results. So if I go here and I select preview results, then I can look and I can see, okay, I can look and I can see that my results are being shown. Okay, so I can click this forward arrow here and I can scroll through my individual artist letters. But we're not done. Okay, we're not done, because at the end of our merge process, we should have our primary document, our data source, and the completed merged letters. I should have a file of 15 letters. So let's finish the merge process. So I go to this button here and I say finish and merge, and I say edit individual letters. Okay, because I wanted to create a new file. I leave all, so it's going to merge all 15 of my records, and I click OK. And right away, I have a file of 15 letters. And these are my letters here. So I can print them and I can send them over to the artist. Okay, guys, so this is how you go ahead and create a mail merge. Look out for the next exercise, which is going to require you to recreate this merge process. Okay, thank you for watching.